You have Googled anti-cancer diet at some point and you got either a 47-item superfood list or someone trying to sell you a 12,000 rupees juice cleanse. Neither is going to help you. Hi, I'm Reena Jain, naturopathic nutritionist specializing in cancer nutrition. Let's get into it. The one state that changes everything. 30 to 50%. That's how many cancer cases the World Cancer Research Fund estimates are preventable through diet and lifestyle. That's diet, physical activity, and healthy weight together. Not treated, not managed, prevented. Up to the half of all cancers through the choices you make every day. That means food is not just fuel, it's one of the most powerful tools you have. And most of us are using it completely on autopilot. In 2018, WCRF and AICR released the world's most comprehensive review of diet and cancer. Tens of thousands of studies, 10 evidence-based recommendations. A UK Biobank study of nearly 95,000 people found that following this recommendation was tied to up to 70-30% lower risk across multiple cancers like breast, colorectal, kidney, liver, ovarian. One another European studies across 380,000 people found 18% lower overall cancer risk and 34% lower risk of dying from cancer in those who followed the recommendation most closely. So this isn't one study. This is the same result showing up again and again across all countries, hundreds of and thousands of people. So how you eat over time matters most. 1. Eat more plants, vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes. This is the most consistently supported finding in all the cancer prevention research. In Indian terms, your thali done well is already close to the ideal, like dal, sabji, whole grains, seasonal fruit. The problem isn't Indian food. The problem is when we replace it with maida, packaged food, snacks and refined everything. Fiber is the hero here. It keeps inflammation down and helps flush out extra hormones your body doesn't need. Hormones that cause feed extra cancers. Like most Indians eat 10 to 12 grams of fiber a day, but the recommendation is 30. So the gap is massive and closing is one of the highest impact things you can do. 2. Be honest about processed meat. Sausages, salami, packaged deli meats. The WHO classifies this as group 1 carcinogens for colorectal cancer, meaning the evidence linking them to cancer is strong and consistent. Group 1 is about how sure we are of the link, not how big the risk from one sausage. But daily processed meat is genuinely not a neutral choice. Treat it as an occasional, not routine. 3. Alcohol. No softening on this one. There is no safe level cancer risk. That's WCRF's position. Alcohol rises risk for breast, liver, colorectal, and all cancers, minimizes where you can. 4. Weight matters more than most people realize. So excess body fat is strongly linked to over 12 different cancer types. Fat around your organs isn't just sitting there, it's active. It pumps out inflammation and hormones that can make it easier for cancer cells to grow. The good news, pillar 1 and 2 done consistently naturally support as healthier weight. 5. 2 foods worth calling out specifically. Cruciferous vegetables, cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, daily if you can. Whole grains like jawar, bajra, oats over maida. Research shows a meaningful drop in colorectal cancer risk with enough whole grain in your diet. A perfect diet does not guarantee you will never get cancer. Genetics, environment, age, this all play a role that food cannot play override. If you or someone you love develops cancer despite eating well, that is not a failure. Please hear that. The evidence also doesn't support extreme restriction, cutting entire food groups, miracle superfoods, or juice-only protocols. This recommendation work as a team. None of them is a magic bullet on its own. So don't try to change everything at once. Here is the order I give to my patients. Week 1, just add 1 new vegetable this week like dal in 1 more meal. That's it. Week 2, upgrade your grains. One maida-based thing becomes a whole grain version. Week 3, look at your meat frequency, not portion. Daily becomes a few times a week. Ongoing, be honest about alcohol, not judgmental, just honest. And then the most important thing, keep going. The research tracks people over 15, 20, sometimes 30 years. Small consistent choices compound over the time. That's what the science rewards. Not a detox, not a 30-day reset, just showing up day after day in the right direction. An anti-cancer diet isn't a list of forbidden foods. It's a pattern plans. Fiber, whole grains, less processed meat, less alcohol, healthy weight tested across hundreds of thousands of people over decades, consistently showing lower cancer risk. So pick one pillar. Start this week. So which of these 5 do you find hardest to follow? Tell me in the comments and I read every single one. And if you are going through treatment or supporting someone who is, I have gone deeper on that in another video. I will drop it right here so you don't have to go looking for it.